Death Day celebration. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, talking about my journey as I transitioned from the brick and mortar world to the offline world, brick and mortar, corporate America, over a quarter century in corporate America, and in addition to that, businesses on the side, like 27 different businesses and industries. I've been a primary business owner, if not the sole business owner, in a lot of different businesses, from real estate. I even tried network marketing. I know people, I guess I had some success in network marketing, but the company went out of business and things like that. So network marketing, hospitality, restaurants and bars, retail, from fireworks to Christmas trees to wreaths to coins to all kinds of different things. Not Bitcoin, by the way. This was back in the day of real coins, collectibles. And what else have I done? All kinds of stuff. So personal care industry, and now we're getting into a new, different manufacturing business because I love manufacturing. Oh, Italian food. I totally forgot Italian food. 35 years of Italian food manufacturing. So lots of different businesses, lots of different industries, lots of different experiences offline, and it's part of my divorce, and it's part of what I'm going to talk about today, Death Day celebration. Went from offline to online. Now today's day 953 of me talking about it and just kind of sharing what's worked, what hasn't worked, and what I'm doing. And I actually, for a couple of reasons, I do this video every day. It's like a video journal instead of writing things down in a journal. And I used to be a huge writer down of things in journals. I have literally tubs of books and journals from my past and my life and things that I've been doing and learning about and studying over the decades. However, in the last couple of years, my vision has tanked and I'm now legally blind. So part of that has had me switching from writing and being a visual person to having to do things more auditorily and having to listen, and video is a really quick and easy way to share information without having to be able to read or see 20/20, right? But today we're going to talk about something different and something unique to me, I think, and probably not very many people. I think my son-in-law asked me yesterday, how many people do you think have really died and are still here to talk about it today? And I don't know, I'm gonna have to look it up and research it. I've never researched that. I'm kind of curious now that he asked that question. I'd never thought about it, but 10 years ago today is actually the 10th anniversary. I'm pretty excited about that, the 10th anniversary of my sudden cardiac arrest. 10 years ago, my life was so different than it is right now. It's like black and white, night and day, opposites, totally different than it was 10 years ago. And because of that, I was going down a path that was totally wrong for me. On the outside, it looked awesome. On the inside, I was dying because it was totally and completely the opposite of who I was and how I wanted to show up in the world. And as a result of that and a whole bunch of other things that were going on in different areas of my life, I literally shut down, turned off instantaneously. My heart stopped. And fortunately for me, it stopped in the right place where somebody knew CPR and could help me until the paramedics got there, and the ambulance and the police car with the defibrillator that could jump start me. And that led to freezing. I was actually frozen. They filtered my blood through freezers and froze my blood and got my body temperature down so that I wouldn't have organ damage and brain damage. Now my family might say I have a little bit of brain damage, and I do have a little bit of short-term memory loss things that happen periodically, but nothing that I am allowing to stop me, right? I'm not going to stop just because of a little thing like dropping dead, right? I'm going to keep going. So today, I've always celebrated my death day. September 7th, I've been celebrating for the last 10 years, and I've actually enjoyed celebrating it more than my birthday. And my daughter and son-in-law reminded me yesterday that I like celebrating it more than my birthday because I don't get a year older. I don't have to rack up another year every time I celebrate my death day. Otherwise, I'd be 100, well, I wouldn't be 120, but I'd be 70, and I'm not looking to be 70 yet. I'm going to go ahead and stay 60, but celebrate my death day. So I get 2 celebrations a year, and only one of them increases my chronological age. So, learned a lot in the last 10 years. I would say in the last 10 years, I have learned more about who I want to be and the person I am and who I want to show up as and how I want to experience my life than I did in the previous 50 years combined. I've definitely learned more in 10. And I think that's how a lot of our lives progress. We learn, and not everybody. Some people are just the opposite. Maybe everybody doesn't. You know, we naturally think everybody thinks like we do, even though they don't. I naively think that people think and feel and believe a lot of the same things I do, and then I'm shocked and surprised to realize, oh my God, everybody doesn't want to make the world a better place. Everybody doesn't want to be the best version of themselves. Everybody doesn't want to be a good person. Everybody doesn't want to treat people the way that they want to be treated. I guess that's naive. So today, I didn't really talk about it on anything except the Get Up and Go Challenge, because the Get Up, and actually it's the Get Up and Go Challenge, but in September we're doing a setup for success. So every day from, I think the 2nd or 3rd of September on, I started talking about one big lesson that I've learned, primarily in the last 10 years, but over the course of my life. And every day I'm just sharing one of the lessons that I've learned that have been the biggest impact to me. Now, some of the lessons might not mean anything to you, but others might be like, oh my God, I never even thought of that. I never even realized that I had that kind of personal power. I never even realized I could do that. You know, no one ever gave me permission to actually be myself and do and say and be what was right for me. So I think they're fun lessons to share. And like I said, if I can even just help one person to shortcut the process and to avoid some trial and error, to learn or to figure out or to see things from a slightly different perspective, then I feel like it's worthwhile. It's been worth the time and energy to do it. And I actually secretly love doing it. I like sharing the things that I've learned, and that I've learned most of them the hard way, right? Most people don't want to have to die to realize that they're the most important thing, and being themselves is the most important thing they can do in this lifetime. It is the most important thing you can do, is be yourself, show up as who you are, figure out and decide what's right for you, and then honor that by doing it, following your path, not anyone else's path, but your path. We each have our own journey. Life is just one big journey, and each of ours is going to be different and unique and special, but it's going to be perfect for us. Even the stuff that has been terrible, I mean, even the stuff that's been painful and horrible, it's all been to show me something about myself, maybe that I needed to learn and grow through, maybe that I needed to get over. I mean, you know, divorce is kind of ugly. Mine was not particularly ugly. There was the same negative emotions, the same fear of, you know, and feeling like a failure, the same doubt and things that come along with any kind of a change or an experience like that. I experienced all those things, just like, you know, the death of my father and my grandparents and other people that I've loved and cared about. We all experience those things, but we all experience those things differently. And how I experience it is my journey. How my sisters or my mom or anybody else experiences it is their journey. And that's kind of hard to swallow sometimes, but it's the only thing that explains some of the things that happen in life. It's the only thing that explains why young people die, why people are murdered, why people are harmed and hurt, is that each of us has our own journey, and it's not for us to understand that journey, it's for them to experience and understand that journey. And I find that if I take that approach, a lot of times when I hear about something that is just sad or breaks my heart, I don't of course condone or agree with it, but I understand that it's not for me to fight against or judge that thing. It's not my thing. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. I hope so. So today, 40 winks was our Supersize Your Business topic today, about taking little naps. And I've actually challenged myself for this week, Monday through, today's Monday. I guess I'm gonna have to take a nap today. I didn't realize. I'm going to, at 2 p.m. for 15 minutes, I am just gonna lay down somewhere and close my eyes and see what kind of an impact that has on me as a human being. I've never been a big napper. I don't know if I was a big napper when I was a baby. I'll have to ask my mom. But I know how positive naps were for my kids growing up. So I want to see, does that have the same effect on me as an adult? Will that make me feel more creative, more productive, more anything? I'm just going to test it out on myself. I'd love to use myself as my own science experiment. So if I'm going to say, hey, we should check this out, I'm going to do it too. So this week, I'm going to take a nap every day. I'm going to take 40 winks, just 10 or 15 minutes. And I'm going to set the timer, but I'm literally going to lay down so that it's a huge pattern interrupt for me and see what kind of an impact it has. So that was our idiom today, 40 winks. Fun challenge today was a saying from Ronald Reagan about eating jelly beans, which I totally don't remember him ever saying, but he probably did. It's probably like, I think, wasn't it President Bush and broccoli? He didn't like broccoli and broccoli tanked. That power of an influencer, right? That's why I think that the more people that are listening to us, the more we need to really consider the things we say. If I say, I hate broccoli, that's up to me. Now, I happen to love broccoli, but if I were to say that, I need to qualify that in my opinion, I don't like to eat broccoli. I don't like okra. I'm not eating okra, but gosh, heaven help you, bless you, if you like okra. And go ahead and enjoy okra. I don't ever want to, and I'm sure I do, influence people sometimes, but I always want to encourage people to think for yourself. Just because anyone else on the planet likes or doesn't like something doesn't mean you should. It's what I hate about famous people endorsements and things. Most of them are paid to say what they say. If you're paid to say what you say, that's not even being authentic or honest or who you are. And we like to think that everybody knows that TV commercials are paid for, the people on them are paid to say and do what they do, but we don't on a conscious level. We are attached emotionally, and we're triggered emotionally, and that takes away our sense of thinking, oh, that's right, they're just paid for that. That's why I used to hate scary movies. I used to just hate scary movies because something in me would say, well, what if that were really possible? What if that could happen? And then after my death anniversary, I was like, that is so ridiculous. It's all made up. Every bit of it is made up, so I get to decide and choose what it means. So now I can watch a scary movie and just laugh or realize, oh, sometimes it's fun to get scared because scared and excited feel the same way to me. Things like that. So 40 winks. Ronald Reagan, jelly beans eating. How do you eat jelly beans and what does it say about you? Which is really an interesting thing to think about, right? I gotta admit, I've never thought about how I eat something and what that says about me. How do you eat an ice cream cone? What does that say about you? How do you eat I'm trying to think of something that people eat in different ways and what that would say about them. That'd be one. Comment in the comments below. What would be a funny thing that you've watched people eat and you're just like, oh my God, how about corn on the cob? How people eat corn on the cob. What does that say about them, right? Maybe it's like, corn on the cob is delicious. I can't eat it fast enough. I don't know. So I love these things that I do every day because it allows me to get up and show up and be myself. But it also stimulates my personal growth and development and gets me thinking about topics and things that I may have never even considered or thought about before. Especially the idioms. I'm running out of idioms. The book that I started doing idioms out of only has 600 in it. And I think today was day 554, so I'm getting to the end of the book, and it's hard to pick out idioms. Before, beginning, it was really fun. I would just go through and I'd open a page, and then on a page there'd be 5 or 6 idioms, or maybe 7, and I would pick one of those. And now it's to the point where I have to search through the book to find one that isn't used. Now, I did do a Google search a while back, and there's like 20,000 idioms in the English language. So I could keep doing it forever. I'm just not sure how much longer I'm going to do it. I started doing it initially for something to do consistently during my packing up and moving and getting out of my old house. As part of my divorce, I'd been there a few years, and the ex was like, you need to get out now because it's time to move on. And it was totally time to move on. Big old house, just for me. It was silly to have me racking around in a big old house. So as part of that transition, I was like, okay, well, what am I going to do to show up every day? So that's why I started to decide to do the idioms. And as I did them and got into them, I realized it's just like having a word of the day or something that you're learning and growing in a way that you're studying every day. It gave me a little fun thing to think about and realize, well, what kind of an impact does this have on me and my life and my business online now? And what kind of experiences have I had with this? And it's been impacting me and the people I interact with, and I didn't even realize it. That it's, if an idiom or a saying or a word has been around and had a meaning for centuries, it means something, and it impacts people in all different ways based on their experiences and the triggers that are associated with that word or term or phrase. And idioms are fun because the words, what they mean individually, mean something different when they're put together. Even 40 winks, it doesn't mean blinking your eyes or sleeping 40 anything. It's not like a 40-minute nap. It means short or a few or in an undefined number of minutes, but it's considered a short rest, a short nap, a short break. It isn't, like sleeping all night, like you sleep all night. It means something totally different than actual 40 winks, right? don't think I can do 40 winks. I don't know if I can even wink anymore. I probably can't. I've had so many eye funky things go on, I don't think I can wink anymore. I used to walk around with one eye shut all the time because one eye or the other was sick. I used to get lots of bad inflammation in my eyes, which has, of course, effed up my eyes for life. That happens sometimes. All right, that's it. That's what I'm working on today. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm actually going to have a really fun day celebrating my death day, my 10th anniversary of my death day. The reason I'm excited about it is because most people that have a sudden cardiac arrest don't live 3 years or 6 years, much less 10 years. So I am stoked, and I plan on being here for at least another, I don't know, how old am I? 20, 40 years? I don't know if I want to live to be 100, but it'd be kind of fun. We'll see. If I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask in the comments below. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow just to update you on what's going on, what's working, what's not, with respect to my transition from the offline to the online world. Online, challenges, book, courses, I've done all kinds of things. If you have a question about any of the possible things, webinars, ClickFunnels, sales funnels, high ticket sales, any questions, hit me up in the comments below. If I don't know the answer, I am sure, I'm 100% confident that I can hook you up with someone that does. All right, have a great day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.